guys, welcome back to my channel and to another Halloween tutorial. Jumping straight in, I'm going to be taking the Maybelline FIT Me Foundation, and I forget what shade I am. Let me just double check. What do I say? I'm wearing 32 Golden. I'm just applying that to my face then with a spectrum brush. I wanted to go for foundation because I didn't want it to look too like painted. If I was going to use like a white foundation or like a face paint, that's my phone, soz. I wanted it to be a bit more like flesh, and then we can like add the colour to make it look a bit non-flesh, like. Anyway, buffing all that into my face. Then I'm taking the Maybelline FIT Me Concealer. I'm using the shade 10, and then I'm just roughly buffing that in with the same brush that I used for the foundation, not giving it too much attention. I just wanted to just hide those little black circles of mine, even though we're going to make them black in a minute. I don't really see the point, but that's what I just done. Then I'm going to add some fluffiness to these brows of mine. I'm taking the NYX brow pencil, micro brow pencil, I think, in the shade Chocolate, and I'm just using the spoolie to fluff them up first. Then I'm just starting to do like really spiky looking hair strokes, keeping them quite messy because obviously we're doing like a Ouija look. We don't want, you know, tidy, precise brows. We want them to look messy and fluffy, so I'm just using here like strokes and little flicks of my hand just to create the look that I want, and then I just brush them again in a minute as well, but I think I've cut that out, so just take my word for it. Then we are going to go in and add a bit of bronzer just to give my cheeks a little bit of a hallowed like in look, a bit of a depth to my cheekbones. And to do this, I'm taking the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Dark Tan, which is my all-time favourite bronzer. Like, I just love it. And I'm applying that with a Spectrum, not a Spectrum, I totally lied, a Real Techniques blush brush. So, after we've done that, I'm going to be jumping in to the Manny MUA Lunar Beauty palette, the Life's a Drag one, and I'm going to be taking this little like burgundy ready shade called Trade, and I'm just going to be using that on any type of fluffy brush, and I am literally messing this up. Like, I'm paying no attention to how I'm blending. I'm just whacking that colour on and I am just blending it out. Honestly, you want this look to be quite like death, like that is the main look of it. We want it to have like sunken in effect, like a sunken in feel. So that is why I'm choosing this shade, because it's like a bruised shade, like, well, just minging looking skin really. So that is why I'm using the shade, and I'm just popping that into the crease and I'm just buffing it out very, very messily. I will also come back in a bit later just to add a tiny little bit more, but as you can see, I'm just making it look quite patchy, so I'm adding darker areas and then I'm buffing certainly other areas out just to make it look a bit like irritated, you know, as if you possess like a bit non-human type of skin. Then I'm just dragging it back down underneath my lower lash line just to basically go over what we just tried to cover, make my circles all nice and dark and bruised looking, and then to finish, I don't know what I'm saying, to complete this part of the look, I'm just popping a little bit onto my nostrils. Don't really know why, just thought it would look kind of creepy, and I also decided to pop a little bit onto my lips to the outer corners as well, and just drag it a little bit onto my like edges of my lips, the lip line, I don't really know. And then I just decided to take it a little bit further up onto my forehead just to give it like a nice inflamed look, like a nice irritated look. And then taking a blush brush, I don't know what this one is just an old one that I've got. I am just taking the same shade and I'm popping that right on top of that bronzer into the hollows of my cheek as well, just to give it that bit more of a sunken in feel. And then you will see me taking it down onto my neck and my jawline, and I'm just going to bruise the shit out of my chest and neck. It's important when you're doing Halloween looks like this, obviously don't just stop at your face unless you're just doing some type of mask, because you want it to, if you want it to feel a bit more like real, a bit, you know, well, as real as it could possibly feel, you're going to want to cover whatever part of the body is showing. Obviously mine is for video purposes, just to show you guys what I'm doing, so I am taking down my neck. But if I decided I wanted to go dressed as like a Ouija person, like a possessed person, then whatever parts of my body are showing through my costume, I would also add the makeup there as well, and that goes for any Halloween look that I try. I will always make sure that, you know, the rest of my body that is showing is also looks minging. Anyway, back to the makeup. My camera actually cut off, but I just took a black shadow, the same black shadow from the same palette, and I just popped that onto my eyeball, and I'm also blended a little tiny bit on my lips and down underneath my lower lash line, and I'm just like lightly buffing that just a bit further, like dragging it down. I'm using a buff and blend. I think this is the BB12 brush to do this, with a really light hand, because you don't want it to look splodgy. You just want it to kind of look like, not splodgy because it could look splodgy, but you know what I mean. I'm just taking a really light hand and buffing that gently down. Also going over my nasal area and, like I said, onto my lips, and then for some reason I decided to rub it over my brows. Clearly I wanted them a little bit darker. So this is a Morphe eyeliner, and I don't know what shade it is off the top of my head, but it's red. So I popped that onto my waterline to give a little bit of a red look, irritated look. And then the star of the show is this little baby. This cost me like £4 off eBay. Oh, and this one. This is the Snazaroo black water activated paint. But back to the stencil. I bought this off eBay. I literally just typed in Ouija board stencils, and this came up. I don't think it's intentionally made for body painting, but it worked kind of well. It was a bit difficult to kind of like hold it in place and make sure that it stayed. I should have really like sellotaped it to my skin. I don't really know why. For just time purposes, I think I just whacked it on, held it in place, and use the water activated paint. You want to be careful if you're doing something like this and you're using a water activated paint, because I soaked mine in the next part, which you will see, hence why it's dripping everywhere, and obviously that did cause it to run, and there was black paint running all down between my boobs and all over my top and everywhere. So just be careful how much water you are pouring on, because it will go smeary. When I took this off, it did kind of look a bit smudged, but I kind of like that. I thought it was a bit more like creepy, and then I just decided to smudge it a little bit more with my fingers. Don't really know why, just thought I'd add to the effect of it being a creepy Ouija board look. Then I thought, why not? Let me just stencil my head as well, not just my chest. So this little star sign, I think there's a Wiccan sign, but I don't really know. Just popping that onto my forehead, and when we took it off, it's not even straight. I should not be allowed to do these things. Then I'm stenciling the yes and the no sign onto my cheek, same method, just using that stencil and the water activated paint, and just stenciling my body. Now I'm going to go in with a bit of rigid collodion, and I'm just going to be going over the areas that I stenciled. If you haven't used this stuff before, it is like a tightening fluid, so it will give the effect of like scars on your skin. It like crunches the skin together. It feels a little bit burny-ish when you put it on, so take no notice of that. That is perfectly normal. It's just tightening your skin, is drying. But to get like a really deep scar effect, you want to do it in layers. So you want to do your one layer, let it dry, do your other layer, let it dry, and so on and so forth. So I'm only showing you like one layer, but I did actually go in and do like 3 layers. So just letting you know, you want to build that layer up if you want it to be like a deeper looking scar. So then I'm just taking the same water activated face paint that we used for the stenciling. I'm just really wetting that down now, and I am putting that like everywhere, all over, like not everywhere because there's a line, or you put it under your eyes. Oh my god, guys, please tell me not to do like voiceovers anymore, because I just mumble everything and I suck at it. But I'm just literally popping the paint on, popping some more water on top of the paint so it runs down my face, so it looks like I've been like, you know, crying tears of black. So yeah, that is what I'm doing, and I'm letting it run all the way down my face. So now I'm taking this iMagic palette, my trusty little iMagic palette, which is the dupe for the Makeup Forever if you didn't know, and I'm just mixing a bit of the red and the black to get a little bruised colour. Just using a little brush then, like a dense fluffy brush, and I am just popping that everywhere, all over the scarred areas, just to give it that like irritated feel. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, chucking it everywhere really, you know, bruising myself up, giving it a bit of an irritated feel, living life. I suck at these things. Right, anyway, next stage, fake blood. I'm taking the Nye Stage Blood, and I'm taking this on a little paintbrush, and I'm just going all over my scar areas. Because you have like a little dent, it should sit nicely. If it's just going to be running down, then you've not done your scars deep enough. I could have done mine a little bit deeper, but I couldn't be asked to wait there for it all to dry, if I'm perfectly honest. So I'm just going over all the scar areas, just making them look like I've carved it into my face. And yeah, I also do the little Wiccan sign as well. And I just keep layering this blood up until it is like a nice gooey consistency, and it looks like I've actually like scraped it into my skin. I actually FaceTimed my mum when I done this makeup look, and she was like, oh my god, that is vile, I can't even look at you. But yeah, the gorier the better, I say, guys. So after I've done all of this blood effect, I'm going to be dripping some down from my eyeballs as well, and then I pop some onto like my neck area and my chest. And the next step after that, which you will see in a moment, is I'm just taking the black paint again and I'm just rinsing that then down my neck with a sponge, and I'm just buffing that out then with a brush as well, just to give it a nice smeared effect, making me look like mouldy and dead and decaying, and yeah, kind of minging really. So for the picture that I posted on Instagram, I did actually blacken out my eyes. Purpose for this is I wanted to look a bit more spooky. In true reality though, guys, I cannot put contacts in, I can't stick them in, and I panic when I can't get them out, so I never wear contact lenses when I'm doing looks. I wish I could for the full effect of the video purpose, but I just can't. I can't deal with it, I just don't like it. So you could finish up this look with like blackout contacts or like white contacts to give like the effect that you possess. You could even use like blood red contacts to make it spooky. You can use whatever contacts you like if you are going to be using something like this to go out on a night out, but for me, I'm sorry, you just got my normal eyeballs in the video because I cannot deal with putting things in my eyeball. So if you're wondering why the picture looks, you know, different to the video, that is why I blacked it out, because I can't do it in real life. And then I just decided to go back over with a little bit more black just to deepen, darken everything up, and that is pretty much it, guys. That is the look completed. So I really hope you enjoyed this second tutorial. I've got a few more lined up for you for the rest of October Halloween looks. So yeah, if you did enjoy it, make sure you give a thumbs up to this video and subscribe if you aren't already, and I'll see you in my next Halloween one. Thanks, bye guys.